Aries, welcome to your November 2025 tarot reading. I'm Kate, I'm a tarot intuitive, and these are the collective messages for my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I feel like you've either had a whirlwind of a time recently. I'm hearing, what a week, and then I'm also hearing, what a time to be alive, because it's like there's some really good stuff happening, but then there's also some like really crazy stuff happening. I don't know in what capacity for you, but very interesting. Okay, the first few cards that you have the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, and Five of Cups. I don't want to read them this way, but I kind of have to because I have to be authentic with, I'm just going to say what needs to be said. The Wheel of Fortune is coming out in reverse. That's usually not the best luck, not the best fortune. Ace of Pentacles, potentially losing something, either losing a material possession, not getting the job that you anticipated, not getting the bonus or the raise that you were looking forward to, not getting the home that you put an offer on, etc. Okay, I think that something's not going according to plan, especially because you have the Five of Cups. And this is kind of the card of, I hate this phrase, but I think it's just makes the most sense for the most amount of people, is crying over spilled milk. Something did not go the way you anticipated, and you're having a hard time moving beyond it. Of course you are. You have reach out. So some of you, it's going to really benefit that you reach out to a therapist, a like-minded friend or individual, somebody that you can really lean on and trust. We know you're reaching out right now for help due to a current situation. Support is as much about the physical act of accepting help where offered as it is about the emotional benefits and learning that it's truly okay to accept support however it's presented to you. So there could even be support trying to come in, but you could be trying to block it out of that sense of, I got it, I can do this on my own, I don't need help, I don't want to accept help. But that's more of like a pride and an ego thing, right? So that's something that you're probably going to have to be working through. And then you have listen. Even if this isn't directly happening to you, maybe you're the one that somebody's reaching out to because maybe they're going through a very difficult time. You could be a therapist or a social worker or somebody that another person really leans on for that advice. But anyway, you have listen. You have to be willing to listen if you want to really understand someone. Now is not the time to be offering advice, but to be a compassionate listener. To listen fully and intently means to pay attention, not only to what's being said, but to what lies beneath the words. So there could be somebody that just needs you to be physically present for them. Maybe you're desiring that. And it's also potentially a case of needing to read between the lines. Maybe somebody's having a hard time communicating how they really feel. And so needing to look beneath that surface level of what they're saying to really get to the root of it, I think that is super important. And it's also important not to be like, you know how sometimes people are talking to you, but you think that you already know what they're going to say, so then you stop listening? My grandmother does that to me all the time. It drives me nuts. It's important not to do that at this time, because I think that there's communication trying to come in, and I don't think Spirit's saying something like, you can't anticipate what they're actually going to tell you. You can't anticipate that. You just have to listen to learn. And along those same lines, from the Rebel deck, this one's a little bit more harsh with their wording. It says, stop talking. Shut your mouth and listen. So those two, literally, your spirit team is like, we said what we said. Stop talking and just listen. Because there's something you're not hearing, you're not getting. And it's so important that you just like pause and take that in. And then you also have laugh. Where the fuck is your sense of humor? It could be a miscommunication, a misunderstanding. We are in retrograde season at the time I'm recording this. So it could be something as silly as a miscommunication. And really stopping, like rereading a text, rereading an email. I think that there could be a miscommunication that comes down to like you simply not reading something properly. So on top of like listening, it's like really take your time to read something fully. Now we're going to see what blessings are trying to come in, because this is a little bit of a difficult reading. You have the 9 of air, but it's wanting to come out in reverse. If you've been having a difficult time with sleep, you could be sleeping a lot easier for some reason. Maybe there's something that was really burdening you, like top of mind, you just kept worrying about. And sometimes the buildup of needing to do something is more anxiety filling than the act of actually doing it and accomplishing it. So there's something that it's like, okay, this is done and over with now, and it feels a lot lighter. I don't even necessarily know that I want to read. I'm going to read what's on the card. I feel like maybe you've felt this way recently, but I think it's going to be lifting for you. So that's a blessing. Expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies, sleepless nights. Yeah, I think that is lifting for you. And let's see what else. What other blessing is coming in for Aries? Ooh, the Lovers, the 2 of fire. There's a partnership coming for you. Possible fire and earth energy. Okay, because you have the Sun card, which is fire, your fire energy. Hermit card is earth. Potential Virgo, potential Leo. Maybe you have one of those in your chart as well. And then the Empress, I get Libra and Taurus too. So Taurus, another earth sign. You could be finding out, like entering into some type of contract, finding out you're pregnant, moving into a new home. But whatever this is, it feels like it's really positive for you. I'm just going to read what's on these cards so that you can go from there. It could even be like finding a business partner too, somebody to collaborate with. The Lovers, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. The Lovers card is a card of choices. And the fact that you have the 2 of air or 2 of fire as well, the number 2, when I say the number 2 cards, that can also be, you know, an important decision that needs to be made. And whatever this decision is, it feels like it's going to have long-lasting impact because you have a lot of major arcana. 4 out of the 5 cards that came out were major arcana. 2 of fire, you've come into your own, new partnerships or contracts, continue to move forward. The Sun card, happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success, have confidence in yourself. The Hermit, spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. Even though you could be entering into some type of new contract or partnership with somebody else, your sense of self is evolving. So it's like you are growing with somebody, but also separately, right? You have your own life, they have their own life. This is so important in relationships, that you're not in a codependent relationship. It feels like you're independently growing and you're growing together at the same rate. And that's what leads to a successful relationship, a successful partnership. And then the Empress card, lavish abundance, give birth to your dreams, nurture yourself and others. I feel like there is something that you have been wanting that is going to be coming to fruition. I feel like it's something that you've been waiting a long time for. So even though maybe something didn't go according to plan, something didn't pan out for you in the way that you had originally anticipated, I think that it needed to happen to make room for these new blessings that are trying to come in. I hope that these messages resonated for you. If they did, please hit the like button, follow me for more videos like this, and don't forget to comment, let me know what was resonating, and you can book your own personal reading on my website, theenchantedpalette.com.